Hey everybody, and welcome to the Drafting Offers Podcast, the podcast where you get to vote for each episode's draft champ. We're realtors from Southern Ontario, but this is not another real estate podcast. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, catch every episode on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on social at the Drafting Offers Podcast. Here are your hosts, Brad Warner, Scott Morgan, and John Fielding. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Drafting Offers Podcast. John, Brad, Scott here. It's the new year, 2024. Lots of stuff happening in 2024, hopefully. Anybody had a great New Year's Eve story? Anybody have any New Year's Eve stories that you wanted to share? Was it pretty low key for everybody else?
I'm just happy we're all in the same virtual studio again. It was great to do that in person, but let's be honest. We did it. We did 4 episodes in person. The editing with all of us being in the same room was poor John spent his entire holidays editing. So thanks for everyone who listened. Yeah,
and making it worth our while.
The 4th episode, if you do go back and listen, you'll progressively hear the COVID entering my body and my voice leaving. So that was interesting. And we got two of us got a nice little break. Poor John was grinding. So he was grinding for you guys. Thanks so much, John. Love you for it. But
I managed to dodge the COVID. I don't know about you guys. You, Brad, sorry, rather. I know that we all kind of had sick. We all got sick a little bit, and some of it was a little bit more intense than others. And I just keep remembering, I don't think I've ever gone through so many COVID tests, so many COVID rapid tests, even going back to 2020, early 2021. I did them, but I don't think I've done as many as I have in 2023, which is weird.
You're a glutton for punishment, eh?
I kind of just forgot about COVID. Not forgot about it, but it's not in my forefront of my mind. And then when I was so sick and I have a pregnant wife at home and a little kid in daycare, I went, maybe I should check. And it was the boldest line I've ever had in 4 years of pure COVID. So glad we're on the mend. Glad you guys had a good holiday from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I'm glad we're here today because I think our audio will be quite better today through the virtual studio. It was nice doing it in person and it was fun. And I hope people enjoyed the Christmas stuff. And as we mentioned, I'm the biggest fan of Christmas out of our group. And it was a great month, but I am so looking forward to getting back to my regular day-to-day work. Mm-hmm. And we're here. We're here now. We're on the grind.
Was that you saying that because you're ready to not be daddy daycare anymore? You're ready to have a little bit of time for yourself?
School was closed, obviously. Daycare was closed too. It was a lot of daddy time for the last while, which I'm thankful for. But at the same time, holy geez. I mean, teachers, you're the best. You're the best if you can do this every day.
And daycare providers.
To
go from that, if you have your own kids at home, my goodness, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. But to answer your question, John, any funny New Year stories? No. We very, very low key did the same thing with our friends, walked down the street, and I think we were in bed watching the new Squid Game by 11:30 to ring in the New Year. So that was pretty wild compared to the old Brock days. Hey, Brad. What about
I was definitely in bed by about 9:45. My wife a little bit. My wife probably even earlier than that. It's been busy with work. She's a nurse, so it never stops there. And it was. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. My kids don't know what New Year's is, or we would have done one of those fake countdowns. But no, I did absolutely nothing. The only thing that changed my life was things were closed on the 1st.
I ate and drank a lot, just my share of whatever. And that's kind of that was sort of my New Year's Eve. And then eventually it was just sort of, I'm done with today. Done with this year, going to bed.
2024, bring it on. Now, any charcuterie boards that you build, John? You're a connoisseur of building a nice board.
I think, I kind of put one together. Yeah, it was all right. I don't remember taking pictures of it, but it looked pretty good. Didn't last too long on the coffee table, but But it was good.
You're good at it when he showed up to a work potluck and there was labels on it. It was one of the more intense, nicer ones I've ever seen.
You got to know what you're eating. You got to know what everything is.
For sure. But I mean, one guy, to put it in perspective, brought a cold bucket of KFC chicken, and John probably spent hours on this beautiful charcuterie board, nice board, labels, and KFC. I didn't know KFC was still kicking. I
didn't know KFC you could still get a bucket.
Yeah. But good times. So
you thought Popeyes took over KFC in our areas?
Oh, Mary Brown's all the way. Popeyes.
Oh, Mary Brown. I don't even know. Popeyes. if I've had Popeyes, but we just got a second one. We have a second one now here. Yeah. Right near my house, actually. Yeah.
We got one by our Brooklyn office here and it closed. It didn't survive in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Mary Brown's been kicking for Brooklyn, over a decade. Yeah.
People are loyal to Mary Brown's. Very, very loyal to Mary Brown's. Popeyes is sort of a, get it while it's hot kind of a thing. Yeah, people are loyal to their Mary Brown's.
Do you guys like wedges or fries? Do you get the tater wedges or the fries?
I don't love the wedges at Mary Brown's are good. I'm not a potato wedge kind of guy. I've never really been into potato wedges from anywhere. But when I'm at Mary Brown's, I think you kind of have to, because they've got a great selection of dipping sauces. I think potato wedges, it's key to have the dipping sauce there, and they've got a couple of good ones. So,
little secret time: I'm a huge dip guy. Huge. Fries, not a huge fry guy. I love it with some dip. But when you're getting some pizza, which is my favorite, you got to get dip. And I want to thank Pizza, not for their pizza, but for putting together those dips and getting people onto it. So big ups to
big shout out to everyone who's trying to eat healthier come 2024. And these two are talking about potatoes and dips and Mary Brown's, and good on you guys.
Yeah. Well, my prediction for 2024 is maybe some weight gain. And I know that was maybe the topic. What we were going to talk about today is a couple of things leading into 2024. Given the beginning of the year and, changes, well, there's been some changes to the real estate market, which we've discussed over December. But we are going to be talking a little bit about some of the predictions and some of the anticipated changes to the economy, to the real estate market in 2024. So, I mean, hey, throw it out there, guys. If you've got anything to kind of just throw it on the table, we'll discuss it. What do you think is going to happen in 2024?
I do think rates play a huge role in the effect of our real estate market right now. And we've seen that over the last few years. Yesterday, I was in a meeting with one of our mortgage brokers here at our office that he's with Dominion Lending. And, he gives really valuable insight all throughout. So I do trust his opinion so much. And he has said that, the worst when it comes to rates is behind us. The one thing I'll say is, we'll make predictions and statements. No one actually knows. And even if you go and look at what the professionals say out there, they're all saying different things. I'm sure you guys are hearing the same thing.
Yeah, that's the caveat to all this. We are not economists. We just have our thumb on the pulse of, one, the market, but two, we're speaking to professionals who do know what they're talking about to a degree with their opinions. If you kick back to the last episode of our chat about Benjamin Tal and the course that I went to in November, just kind of breaking down what his predictions were, kind of hits the same nail on the head as what Brad's saying is the key thing to think or to see was that the light is at the end of the tunnel. He predicts that the worst has happened and that the Bank of Canada is overshot, which is exactly what you're saying, Brad. And it's what you're hearing across the board to a degree. So it sounds as though the rate increases are over for now. But that
seems unanimous. Yeah, that part seems unanimous amongst everybody. Yeah,
because the rate increases were a result of the economy being in the place where it was. I mean, nobody was spending, and sort of the rate increases were to kind of stimulate the economy and curb inflation. And I think when they say that it's done its job, you sort of have to believe that it's done its job. And I mean, if that's the case, and if it has done its job, then the natural reaction to that is, okay, great. When do they start to come down again? So, I mean, they probably will start to come down a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be first quarter, second quarter. Like, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of substantial decreases until spring. But I mean, I don't know. How substantial are we talking about?
Well, right? I have two different models of two different opinions I got all in one day yesterday. And one of them said, nothing for the next 6 months. And then we'll start seeing decreases then and everything will hold steady. And obviously there's a announcement coming up shortly after this podcast airs too, right? And they're saying, it's most likely going to be the same. And we're just going to see the exact same rate that we're currently at. I'm not sure. I have another opinion too, but have you guys heard anything else? Like, have you heard anything within 6 months from anyone?
Yeah, it sort of comes into my prediction. So here's Scott's prediction for the year. I feel like they're going to kind of flip what they did last year because, like John just said, people are on the sidelines going, oh, okay, well, they've hit their peak. When did they go down? I think if Canada moves too quick, too fast, we're going to go right back to where we were and they're going to undo the things that they've done. So they have overshot. I think they need to let that settle in, which will fortunately to a little more distress for certain homeowners right now. But even when things were slower last year, the listings that I had when they weren't selling as quick as they were in the spring, we were still getting a lot of showings. So the people are there. What will happen is the floodgates will open if they go too quick, too fast. So I think what they'll do is they'll let this sort of dry out and let it play itself out until probably around June to July would be my prediction, and follow suit with what they did with the quarter points. I think my prediction would be June and July, a quarter point, which are kind of getting into summer months when it's not like, as if you start raising or lowering rates now and then leading into spring, when that's traditionally when people will focus on listing and buying, you're throwing a match onto kindling. So if you kind of let the market do its thing, you get into a slower time, you let 2 rate decreases happen, that might help the fall market, in which they might hang on for a little bit. And then as it gets into a slower period in the end of the year, maybe doing another quarter point, and that bringing us back to exactly where we were leading into last year. And then 2025, I think, depending on where you're at, you might see more decreases from there, because from what the economists were saying, they want us to be down in the mid-ish threes as a healthy market. So that's the goal to get to, in my opinion. Prediction.
So CIBC released a statement, I guess, of where they think the rates are going over the next year, actually 2 years. And theirs is much more drastic than I would have imagined. And you're talking about quarter points. They were talking much larger than that. But So we're currently at 5, right? And in June, they were saying 4.75 is where we would be at. And then in September, they said we'd be all the way down to 4. And then by December, they were forecasting that the rates would be at 3.5. And then they went all the way into 2025 and said by December we'd be at 2.5, which is interesting because
that's scary.
People who locked into a fixed mortgage right now are just absolutely fuming.
The one thing that they did mention is, the big time that we're going to really be talking about rates, where it's like where the mortgages are all going to come into focus again, is when those people that are coming up for renewal in 2025, 2026, that signed on, when the market was at the peak, and then we're getting there again. So I think it's interesting that they're saying, okay, well, by December 2025, we'll be back down to 2.5%.
A lot of mortgage brokers and bank people, financial people, were saying that they're going to see a lot of power sales and mortgage defaults and things like that in 2023. There were a few, but not really as many, because if you signed a very, very low rate, like if you signed a mortgage in 2020 or 2021 that was like 1% or 1.49% or something like that, chances are you probably locked in for a couple of years, right? As long as you possibly can at that rate. So we're going to start seeing in the next couple of years some mortgage defaults, because a lot of people just simply won't be able to pay. They won't be able to keep up with the payments or keep up with the interest. So if we see some more powers of sales, they will, I was going to say bringing the prices down, bring the overall prices down, right? But like, you have to understand that that's a power of sale. It's not like an arm's length transaction as we refer to. So we'll see some lower prices, but they may not be the reasons that we suspect they're going to be. You know what I mean? You follow?
Yeah.
That was a little convoluted. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I follow what you're saying. I think for the consumer, the general consumer, that's, even the people listening to this, we're a little in the weeds on the rates, because we as realtors, we know how much it affects it. But I guess a question for both of you really is, okay, so we see these rate increases. We think in the next 6 months, the rates are going to come down. What people really want to know is, how is this going to affect the price of houses?
I think the narrative's already out there that this is kind of across the board what is anticipated. So people are looking. A couple of people I was speaking with at our kickoff meeting yesterday had listings come out, and one had like 28 showings booked within the first day. That was listed aggressively, but that in the late fall, people, if you were listing aggressively and delaying offers, no one was coming, because they're going, we'll just go look at this one or that one. We're looking for a deal. I think there's going to be some buyers the next little bit that are looking to get in before things take off. It all depends on how fast and how much rates go down. And if it goes down drastically, there are people on the sidelines. Last year was a 20-year low in number of transactions. People are, I think we borrowed from last year to potentially this year if rates go down too considerably. So hearing prediction from CIBC, which I follow Benjamin Dow from CIBC, and he's been pretty much hitting the nail on the head for the last few years. That's kind of worrisome to hear, because if that does happen, I think these prices are going to skyrocket very quickly again.
Do you believe that there's a lot of people that are potentially going to be listing their house that are also waiting on the sidelines for these buyers? Like, I guess that's the unknown, is how many. I think we know that there's a lot of buyers. I think that's fair to say. And they're who are waiting on the sidelines, waiting for these rates to come down, who are going to come into play. But the one thing that seems like kind of an unknown is how many people are potentially going to be listing their house. And when it's supply and demand, where is that going to shake out? I think that'll be a big factor.
I think it's product class to what you're saying, Brad. It's depending on what the product is. And you just said, are you listing? Well, a lot of people that are listing are also buying. So you're kind of, it's a wash. It's if people are going to be looking to get out of investment properties, in which case I don't know why they wouldn't have done that already, unless they're really like hemorrhaging money. Because if you're hearing rates are going to be going down over the next bit, I know rent hasn't gone up by the same amount, but you're almost past the worst pain point if you can stomach it. So it's going to depend. Do you have a condo? Is this 4-bedroom, 2-car garage detached home in the suburbs? It's totally different. But yeah, the end of last year, a lot of people that were listed took themselves off. And are they going to come back this year? I don't know. But if there is an influx of buyers, then that's almost needed.
We say it all the time. I feel like we've said it for a year. More than that, inventory. And right now, we don't really have an inventory issue, but we're going to find out if we do in the next 6 months, I think.
Also could be the wrong type of inventory, right? I mean, we could have a lot of places, like right now on my street, there's at least 3 or 4, but there's a lot of building happening, which is good. And it's good to see that, because this is kind of my last point here. About my last prediction for 2024 is that right now we're in a very significant shortage of skilled trades. And the fact is, you need those skilled trades to build the houses, right? So if you're in a shortage of skilled trades, you don't have the labor to build the houses. The houses are going to be built slowly, and the materials will be more expensive. You'll have to pay these people more expensive. And then the cost of a new build will be higher than it has been in the past. So given the shortage of skilled trades, you're going to see some potential building delays, hopefully not too many, but compounding with the supply of materials that we've seen over the last couple of years, or the lack of supply of materials, the building could be affected too. So that's just something that I kind of see happening that has not really much to do with the interest rates. It's a little bit of a different perspective. So if you're looking at a new build, there could be some delays there too, and the prices could go up just a little bit. So expect the unexpected for those.
That's where it's tough, and why, again, the resale market is so important. But I remember being in a board of trade meeting prior to COVID, like probably a month in before, where they were saying to catch up to the demand needed, it was like 150,000 homes would need to be built a year. And Ontario's capacity, or it might have been Canada's, don't quote me there, their capacity at the time was to build 75,000. So they weren't halfway there. Then you add in COVID delays, you add in builders that just put things on hold. Like they're not even close. And we're actually letting more new immigrants into the country that are having purchase power. So I feel like the problem of the supply is just going to get worse because of everything you just said, John, and all the economic factors leading to a higher demand. I'm very worrisome if that what Brad's saying, the rates start to go up too fast, too quickly.
I know this is a little bit hyper local, but the one prediction I'll throw out there for my area anyways is, John just referenced that house down the street from him that is not a house that you're out there wanting, but a house that someone's going to buy if you need it. And during the peak, when the rates were a lot lower, that house would have sold. Because everything, it didn't matter where it was. And I think as the rates get lower, there is going to be much more of an influx of buyers. And that's going to push the Durham region prices up quite a bit where you guys live. And the demand for more inventory will be there. And for my area, this will be the reason that our price point does come up, and we're going to see multiple offers again once the rates come down significantly.
You'll see some spillover from Durham too. Like
100%. We will see a ripple over, because right now in this current market, if you're going in the buyers that are looking at things are local buyers, because we don't have that spillover from Durham, because you can afford to buy in Bowmanville or
Newcastle,
even
whatever.
like you're not coming out all this way. But if as things go down, the Hastings County or the Bay of Quinte area, whatever you want to call it, where I live, when the prices get higher there, and it almost like tightens up over there in Durham, and it's so hard to buy a house, that's when we get the spillover. And for us, that's going to be when things change, when we start bringing in those buyers again from out of town. Because right now, things are steady and the prices seem fairly steady, but it's local buyers and local sellers, right? So it's just the market changes here so much when that happens.
Final thoughts before we draft? Final thoughts, anyone?
I want to add on to that, Brad. Thank you for saying Durham region buyers and not all you city buyers that a lot of people from
well, it seems like the city people go to Durham people come here.
Donuts, right? It's a donut effect. The downtown clears out, goes to the suburbs. The suburbs clear out, goes to the further regions, and then those ones clear out eventually, and they start to come back downtown again. Like, it's just this weird, like, I don't know. It just happens.
Yeah, they come to Belleville, and then the Belleville people move outside of Belleville. It's like it just keeps going
and then people
going.
Move to out east coast, and then now a few of those people are starting to come back. But only thing to add to that would be, I think, kind of already talked about it a bit, but the prediction, we hit a 20-year low in transactions. I think we're going to absolutely supersede that by a great deal. So, like, number of transactions, you're going to see more homes listed, more homes sold this year by a considerable amount, like probably tens of thousands.
Hope so.
I'm excited for the year end, maybe get together. We'll maybe do it a little differently, so poor John's not editing maybe at all.
I think we'll have some, you never know what technology will do in a year. We'll see what technology does over the course of the year, because
we'll do a mid-year checking.
Sell a couple more houses, we can buy some more equipment and make it sound a little bit better. Those are all seeds. It's just supply and demand, and everything.
No pressure on the listeners, but if you could just reach out and we could buy,
send us some money. That would be fun.
Anyone wants to sponsor? Let us know.
We've got a heck of a draft topic for everybody, and I think over the course of the holidays, this is probably a room where a lot of us spent a bit of time. I know that I did, because it was the only time that I could get away from people.
Yeah, it's your kind of epic bathroom features, or the things that just make a bathroom special. That could be an accessory, that could be a feature, a design feature, whatever you want. But as John said, I think a lot of parents as well spent a lot of time in this room over the holidays while their kids were home, just to get 5 minutes of peace
with the door locked,
and just start sending out memes and reels to your friends. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It was one that's been on the list for a while, and I'm excited to get after it. So what better time than to share a screen here, everyone's favorite part of this podcast, which is the Wheel of Names, especially for those just listening. We can give a little
Seems like we add more and more names on every time.
Yeah, it's just 3 people, but I don't want anyone considering this to be cheat. Oh, it sneaks into John. Stop. It almost went on Brad. It is on John.
Oh, are you kidding me?
The way you reacted, John, did you not want the first pick?
No, I'm just surprised because I didn't think that I was ever capable of getting the first pick. And it's not. The wheel has never landed on my name ever.
You don't have to.
That's one thing. The wheel has not been like. We actually should go back and look at the percentage points, but the wheel's not been in John's favor very much. So maybe 2024 is a new year. It is a new wheel luck distribution.
And we're starting fresh on the.
Maybe this is the year of John.
Won how many times? We're 0-0-0 here, starting fresh.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Okay, so I am. I'm going to take the first pick, and I do think there is a 1-1 here. But I'm going to take the first pick. I'm going to give the second pick to Scott, and I'm going to give the third pick to Brad.
Okay.
And my first pick for my bougie bathroom is going to have a heated floor.
Yeah.
No questions asked. It's going to be a heated floor. It's going to have the tile underneath with the little coils that go through. Put the tile on top. It's a heated floor. If you ever get out of the bathroom, you ever get out of the tub and put your little wet feet onto a heated floor, it's magic. Pardon me, it's magical.
It's nice.
Nice to have a heated over there. Old
John, you're getting cold. Voice just went there. Is that word?
Nope, fine.
I think it's a great
floor. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of good options. That is one where when you're thinking epic features or bougie. Actually, let's go with that. It's gonna be a bougie bathroom feature.
Bougie bathrooms.
We have heated floors, and you don't think you need it, and then when it's the middle of winter and you get in there and it's dark at 4:30, or when you wake up in the morning and you get that nice warmth, it just makes you feel good. So
it's like a car with a heated steering wheel. Crank that on, heated seat, heated steering wheel.
Do you
crank
have that
on
John?
there, and you're good to go. I have heated seats. I have heated seats in the front and the back, but no heated steering wheel.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
No heated steering wheel.
I'm more of I want the ventilated seats for the summertime, for the opposite.
I had a car with vented seats. Was awesome. Yeah. Just the sweat just melts away.
That was kind of I think where I was going to go with that. So
I was going to go with that. So I think that maybe was the first pick.
I told you.
It's 2024. It's a new year, new.
All right.
I am going to take the rain shower. I think when you first of all visually when you see it, it looks cool, especially when it's on, and then secondly, when you're getting hit by that, especially with another feature which I won't talk about, but it's just a nice shower experience. So I'm gonna take the rain shower.
That's a nice, like a relaxing kind of a shower too, right? I mean, it's sort of your morning utility shower where you're just washing to get out, but it also could be a nice relaxing one too, because you can go a little bit more, just like it feels like rain, right? It's rain heads. It comes out kind of slowly, or you can just crank up the intensity and just blast all the dirt off you. I'm more of like a get in, get out kind of a guy. I don't spend a lot of time in there, but I think if I had the rainfall shower head, I probably would waste a lot of water in my house.
Oh yeah, definitely waste water, but it's relaxing. You need that little moment of me time for your either morning or if you're having a shower before bed. It sounds like John was a big Kramer from Seinfeld, where he wanted that like industrial animal shower head to just peel the skin off of me, just real quick in and
out. This one's for elephants. We don't. We only use this one,
we don't use this one. Yeah,
we don't sell this one. Yeah, no, that's what I want.
Okay, the first one I want to go with is a smart toilet that comes with a bidet and it has heated seats on it
from Japan.
Yeah,
talks to you. Yeah. The best.
I'm just gonna say smart toilet because you just chose
smart toilet
things there.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that it comes with a bidet and.
So when I hear smart, I think of voice activated is what I think of.
But. Okay, well, whatever, that's fine.
There's like the sensors though. There's some that you can just kind of wave and it opens, and wave and it closes, and then flushes by itself. And lighting, mood lighting, I guess, or like
that's
night lighting.
I feel North America is so behind the times when it comes to toilets, because you get to Europe or you get somewhere like Japan, like the toilets are just next level and super expensive.
And then the next one is actually, this is the reason that I said yesterday, like, oh, let's do this, because this is something I got for Christmas, and this is super bougie, and it's a towel warmer.
Oh, wicked.
So this little cylinder thing, and before you get in, you throw your towels in there, turn it on, and then there's a little timer, and when you're done your shower, it's all warmed up and nice and cozy in the bathroom.
Sold a couple houses with towel warmers, heated towel bars and things like that, and it's always a nice little feature to just like walk somebody through the house and be like, this is heated, by the way. And they're like, ooh, like, yes, yeah, that's heated.
The one thing I will say about ours so far since we've got it is it's not really an adult thing in my household. It's only used for the children thus far.
Yeah, it's like the wipes warmers where like your kid just gets used to warm wipes. So when it gets into the real world and gets a cool wipe on it, they just start screaming. But I'm also learning here, heated steering wheel, you like a heated seat on your toilet, and you want a heated towel. Like you just like being running hot.
No, but I don't. I chase cold. I
would have thought you were. This is totally
no. I'm a cold. I chase cold. I don't like being overheated.
Brad seems like kind of like the guy that would have like a duvet on the bed and the window wide open in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Like that's but that's healthy. I've heard that's good for you.
Yeah, a cold room to sleep in. You got to get the leg out the blanket, or it's just a furnace under the blankets. But
all right. Round 2, Scott's pick.
I'm gonna take double sinks.
The old his and her sink.
Could be just them and them.
Hers and hers.
Sorry. My bad.
Theirs and theirs. Adults and kids. Could be the adult sink and the kid sink.
We moved into a place where there was one sink and a large countertop, and then our kids' bathroom, which when we moved we didn't even have kids, had 2. The previous owner had 2 adult kids. So we go into that one and you're realizing, oh, this is kind of nice to have your own sink and not have to get into lovers' quarrels with your partner over how much stuff they have around their sink or in their sink. And once you get your own sink, that's your own space. Just, yeah.
Do you have a double sink in your bathroom too? Like your ensuite?
We do. No.
Oh, so you have two different double sinks because your bathroom has a double sink, doesn't it? Your main bathroom?
The main bathroom does, yeah.
So you have two different bathrooms with two different double sinks. What a fancy guy.
Great. That's four times the amount of sinks that I have.
Bougie.
Holy jeez. That is the most bougie of the bougie.
That's it.
Yeah. If you guys ever need to wash your hands, you guys can come over and have your own
swing
sink.
By. Just give them the door. Give us the door code. We'll just.
Yeah, you're in.
All right. My last pick of this round is going to be something that I've always wanted, and I see these in houses, and I think they're the coolest things ever. But I'm going to get myself for my next when I do my bathroom reno is a mirror with a built-in screen. So your TV, your whatever it is, YouTube, you've got something like a little power button. Some of the mirrors have lights around them too. This one just has like you kind of turn on the screen and it disappears. Like when you turn it off, it's reflective on the front, so it disappears. Just looks like a mirror. When you turn it on, your little screen is there. You see them in barbershops and stuff too, actually now these days, which is really, really cool. So I'm gonna go with a mirror with a monitor in it.
Okay, it's a great John pick because John's got to get the tech in there, and I like that for you.
Very techy.
When I have seen them, it's definitely got the lights around it, which I've noticed, which is So what you're watching TV and the news while you get ready? What are you using that for?
Right now I have right now I've got an Alexa, like an Amazon Echo in my bathroom, and I can watch TV. Like I can watch YouTube. I can watch the morning show on TV via YouTube in the bathroom.
In your mirror.
In my mirror. Well, I don't have it. It sits on the shelf right now. But if I had it built into the mirror, that's what I kind of would be doing. Or you can do you can watch, because I've got cameras and I could look at my backyard. I can see what's happening in the backyard. If I hear a noise, I can look at the front door. Yeah, you can do a lot of this stuff on your phone too. But I mean, if it's built in and it's right there, you can look at it. You can do voice video calls. I don't know. While I'm in the bathroom.
You could watch us on the Drafting Offers podcast. Yeah.
You could watch the Yeah, exactly. Watch the podcast while you're getting ready in the morning. So
I just got an Alexa, John. We never had one before, but I got like one of like a doorbell, so I had to get an Alexa to actually make the doorbell work.
Yeah.
And my oldest, he loves the Alexa. He's obsessed with it since the day I got it. Mm-hmm. But the only thing he asks her to do is play the Move It song.
Amazing.
And I swear, amazing. Alexa in my house plays the I Like to Move It song 25 times a day. Like it's just
there's no off button on it, right?
It's just on repeat.
Yeah.
Every time he's in anywhere near it, he runs in, Alexa, play I Like to Move It, and then he goes to the next. He doesn't even listen to it. And he goes to the next. It's his song, and then that's what she plays.
That was my in-laws' house when we go there. Their Alexa's plugged in very low, and for whatever reason, when Pryor realized what that was, he gets right up in Alexa's face and he just says, Alexa. And he always would say, play Wheels on the Bus. And then we would hear that 5 times in a row until you'd have to try to unplug Alexa. This winter was great, though, because he'd get right up in its face and he'd be like, play Thunderstruck. And you're like, yes. He's getting better. Teach him that and at Halloween was Thriller. So he's big into the classics. But yeah, good choice.
It's a slippery slope with those things, those like smart home devices, especially the ones that because I've got 3 of them. And I mean, I don't have a huge house, but I have 3 of them just because of whatever. I want one in this room, one in this room, and another one in this room. So once you get one, you're going to end up buying more. And then you're going to get, just the speaker, like just that plays music, and you get the one with the screen so you can see outside or you can see, videos and whatever. But it's a slippery slope. And I know that everything's watching me. And also, if you're watching this and we keep on saying the word Alexa and your smart speakers are going off and doing weird things, I apologize in advance for that.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Because we've said Alexa about 45 times.
Alexa, play I Like to Move It.
Yeah. So Alexa, subscribe to Drafting Offers podcast.
That's it. That's how you do it. We've talked about showers a lot. I think I'm gonna take a bidet, like just a standalone bidet. And we've talked about toilet seats that haven't built, or sorry, toilets that haven't built in. But I think that one of the bougiest things, like an old school bougie thing, is the bidet. Just like a standalone bidet right there. You just kind of do whatever you do with it, and that's it.
Big COVID sales. They were huge in COVID.
Yeah, Tushy, you just add that onto your existing toilet. It's apparently pretty easy to do.
The toilet
maybe they'll sponsor this podcast. I don't know.
The toilet seat one was really big, I guess, right?
Yeah. That's
because of
lack of toilet
paper. Yeah,
everybody was buying up all the toilet paper, so the bidet toilet seats just turned into this like multi-million-dollar enterprise. I'll admit I've never used a standalone bidet. Don't know how.
Either have I. Maybe we get a special guest one time to come in and give us a reaction,
a demonstration.
Jeez. I just checked out for like 3 seconds there while I was trying to pick my next pick in my head, and I came back to that. That was
all right.
Third
Scott.
pick is bidet. So Scott, back to you for pick number.
Yeah, some of the bougie stuff's been kind of taken. I'm just gonna go a little more practical. I think the hidden drain. When the tiling is done with a bit of a slope, and then the actual drain gets the tile on top, whether it's towards the back wall or all goes towards the middle, and you don't really see where the drain is. It looks really cool. It looks bougie or classy. And that's where I'm going. I probably could have got that later, but I'm staying true to myself here. It's 2024. And what?
Starts conversations.
What if I lose?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a nice feature. Scott and I know a house that had one of those things that I think we were in last year. And it was very, very cool. That bathroom was it was stunning. But I remember seeing that. There was no circular drain. There was no little like grate, right? It was nothing. It was just sort of like the edge. It was almost like a roll off type of a thing. That was very, very cool.
You see it with your floor vents sometimes in rooms where they'll put whatever your flooring is in there, but with the actual, like that was where I saw it too. You just don't really see where the water's going. All of a sudden it's disappearing. You're going, this is pretty swanky.
So I guess I have back-to-back picks here. Both these of you guys have kind of taken a little bit, but I'm going to more cement them here. But my first one is a waterproof TV. I know John had the smart mirror with the TV in it kind of. But this is like a standalone TV on the wall that maybe you can see from the bathroom, maybe see also from the shower. Yeah. That's waterproof, built in.
Would it be like an outdoor TV? Those are waterproof too? Or can you put one in a casing? I don't know how.
No.
Waterproof.
Or are you just putting this away from where the shower is?
Yeah.
Because I think if I'm not mistaken, Brad, those are just TVs. I don't know if they're actually waterproof in there.
Listen. I don't know.
From the shower.
This is more right up in your wheelhouse, this bougie bathroom stuff, as we've talked about. So I don't know. I think you could do a waterproof TV right in the shower. I think that would be super bougie.
Right.
I just picture you getting ready in university, like watching the basketball or hockey game, shower beer, TV's just right in front of you.
Shower beer, not bougie, but great.
Hey, well, let's just leave that one alone for a sec.
Whoa, okay.
Foreshadowing, maybe.
All right,
for a second.
And then my other pick,
first of the fourth round.
My other pick is like Scott took rain shower or waterfall shower. I think I've heard it called, which is super relaxing. Good experience. I'm going to take the dual shower heads because I'm all about efficiency.
Like two?
Like one here and one here.
like the two. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't do that because I didn't know I could, because that's what we have is like one's the shower and the other's the wand. So you're out of there quicker. And
that's exactly what I want.
The wand has some pepper on it. So it actually cleans you quicker.
That's what I want. The efficient shower, make it the quickest experience as possible. Yeah,
it's a dual shower head. It's a dual shower head. It's your fixed one and your movable one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's different also because some bougies have two shower heads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
His and hers, his and his, hers and hers.
There's.
Yeah. All right.
Mine.
I like that. Okay. I like that pick because it's practical. It gets you in and out, but you're getting the relaxation, but also cleaning. So that's a nice pick. You want bougie? It's a walk-in shower. There's no full surrounding. You just have the piece of glass or maybe a wall. Feels very spa-like.
Barrier-free roll-in shower. No stepping up, no stepping into it. Yep. That was
it reminds me of the shower that John was referring to. It was a walk-in shower, so there was no door, and then everything sloped towards that hidden drain.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that was I've seen that in a couple of houses where it's just sort of like the flooring, the tile is just tile, and it just sort of kind of slopes down a little bit, and there's a little bit of a wall, a little screen, or like a glass sort of a glass screen. You just walk around it, and it's right there. No shower curtain. Just a totally barrier-free experience.
And then when you get the heated floors pumping, you don't have to worry about getting cold because it's just an experience. John, you got 2 in a row.
Kind of makes me feel like a locker room though too at the same time, because locker rooms don't have the.
It depends how it is done.
I was going to say that I was in the gym today, and locker room, same thing, same sort of thing where you just sort of walk into the shower. You don't really have to step over anything. It just you just pull the curtain behind you, but a
lot cleaner. You don't have to clean that curtain. There's no stink.
I'm going to say a freestanding tub, a freestanding tub, like we talked about the freestanding barrier-free shower. I'm going to say like a clawfoot tub, like one of the kind of I don't know how you describe it. It's a round tub. It looks like a tub with feet. It's a freestanding clawfoot tub. That's a bougie.
That was going to be my next pick. Yeah,
a good pick.
Clawfoot tub.
And to make it even bougier is when they're building the shower and it's like in the tiled area where the shower is. Have you seen that?
I have a listing like that right now.
In the tiled area where the shower is.
So like picture glass where all the shower is. It's not maybe not a walk-in. And then say it's wall to wall. The shower's on one side. On the other side behind the glass on the tile is that floating tub.
Oh, okay.
So all the water is staying in the same spot.
Oh, and then you have a TV up on the wall to lay down and watch TV while you're having a bath.
Heated floors. Rain shower. You're not leaving there.
With a hot towel when you're coming out.
I think we're all going to call our contractors after this.
I think that's what's going to happen. My second one to start off starting off the fifth round.
Final round.
Starting off the fifth round here. Mine is a refrigerator. You're going to be like, what in the what are you guys talking about with a refrigerator? But I'm going to tell you because we've been talking about bougie things and spending a lot of time in our bathroom. Having a refrigerator, like a little beer fridge, not necessarily for beer. If you want to put beer in, you can. Sometimes, there's some wine fridge. Sometimes you need to keep things cool, right? There's going to be women, men, whatever in my life that have, makeup and things like that need to stay cool. So they need to kind of have it in to keep things chilled. So there's that. It's almost like a cosmetics fridge. But then of course you can put drinks and, snacks in it. Go over to the fridge, crack one, jump in the shower.
I thought you were
steam yourself up.
One.
It's a fridge. So I'm getting a refrigerator in the bathroom. I have a wine fridge.
I did see a super bougie house last year. It had actually 2 of these things that John picked, the mirror with the TV screen. And it also had that the mini fridge there, and it was a wine fridge. There was 3 wine fridges in this house. One was in by the
little champagne in the tub. Sometimes you don't have to go all the way down. Keep a couple glasses in a champagne there. Get into your clawfoot tub. I think I'm going to win this. You guys can just stop right now.
That was a good one.
It's a good one.
And I knew it when I said shower beer.
I got lots on the floor on the drafting room floor. I got lots on the bathroom floor left over here. So let's
wrap it up. John's got lots of spew.
Scott's number. Okay. Scott.
Yeah, it's me. I'm just deciding between 2, and I'm also looked at John's team, and I'm going, oh geez, how do I finish up to compete here? I'm going to go with a 2-way fireplace. So it can't happen in every bathroom, but when you see a nice resort bathroom into the bedroom, you're getting the fireplace probably with your tub beside there. It just looks swanky. Looks
I like
bougie.
that. Oh yeah. I can't do that in mine. Maybe I could. My bathroom is behind this wall over here in my house. I don't know. Maybe I can stick a fireplace in there. I might lose my sink. But I can try. I don't need a sink.
You can borrow one of mine.
Definitely sets the mood.
I like that. Yeah. Is that legal to do? Can you still do a 2-sided fireplace? Like, is it? I mean, it would have to be. Is it legal? Like, I don't even know if it's. I've heard there's things you can and things you can't do. I don't know. The 2-sided fireplace. Maybe if it's just like electric,
like within a bathroom or within just in general. Because there's some that are connecting like a family room and a dining room. If you have kind of one of those half walls, they'll put them in there.
Yeah, so I've seen those too.
And then some I've seen recently on some pretty swanky houses where your family room one also opens up to like your back covered area. So there's a 2-way fireplace inside and outside.
I mean, everything is possible with enough money, right?
I guess that's true.
You hit that Lotto Max 50 million and you can do whatever you want. Just
you get 4 sinks in a matter of 2 bathrooms, 4 sinks.
Okay, Brad.
Okay, well, my last one.
Least,
my last one. this would be really nice to have, but I think it gets a bad rap because of like the commercial side of things. But it's touchless faucets. I know, makes you maybe think of going to a public bathroom. I get that. But imagine you had them at your own house. Sweet. You don't have to turn it on. You don't have to clean up that mess of you touching the sink. You go to the bathroom. You don't have to worry about getting, you're just. I think they get a bad rap. I think this would be so high in the draft before everywhere else had the touchless.
I think I like those things. I have a touchless soap dispenser, but not a touchless faucet. But I do like the idea of the touchless faucet because you're going to use the faucet. Your hands are dirty and now you're touching it. So if you don't have to touch anything, then it's good. I think a lot of people are a little bit worried about these because a lot of people install faucets by themselves. And I know I do. I don't call a plumber to install a faucet because I've done a million of them and I can do it kind of with my eyes closed almost. But I think it's because you're blending plumbing and electrical, and it's a little bit scary for the DIYers. I'd be a little bit concerned about doing that. I know a lot of the time it just plugs into the wall, but you've got to have power under your sink for that. And you may not have an outlet there already. And so you've got to get somebody to do that. So I think a lot of people are a little bit put off by those, but I do love the idea, especially in the bathroom, right? The kitchen, we've been using, we've had them for a long time. But the bathroom one is a nice thing to have.
You just hit it there, John. For the kitchen, it makes sense. You are cooking with chicken, and I'll wash my hands 40 times while I'm doing that, and it's a pain in the butt. You want to just tap it. Why in the bathroom?
Yeah,
you've probably just showered, or you're going to shower. You are washing your hands to clean.
Or you've wiped.
If you just went to the bathroom, you went number 2.
Well, but you use a bidet. Who's wiping these days? Like you guys have both chosen
wiping is
things
so,
to
wiping
take that
is so
away.
2023.
Your toilet paper budget is zero. Like you don't need to do that at all. You got the cleanest hands in town.
I saw this on it wasn't Cribs, but they were like showing off Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's house one time, and he had like the touchless faucets, but then he also had like the top of the sink was all like flat if you looked at it, because it had like those. What was the drain that you said there? Or you couldn't even tell.
The hidden drain in the sink one?
It was the hidden drain in the sink, and it was like it looked like one flat thing.
Giant stone, right?
But somehow the water would all leave.
Yeah, I've seen those in shopping malls. Yeah. That's nothing.
And
Kim and Kanye had it at their house.
That's like probably 10 years. It's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I have it at Real Sports. I want to say too.
With me.
You're just wondering. You're like, okay, I'm going to turn the water on. This is going to go everywhere, knowing my luck. And then it just it sloped a little bit. Where those suck is it like you go to brush your teeth, you just got toothpaste everywhere. You go to shower like trim your beard. We all have beards.
Yeah,
it's not practical. It looks cool though, but I know what you're saying.
It looks awesome.
So team 1, John. Heated floors, a mirror with built-in screen, bidet, freestanding tub, and a mini fridge. Scott, rain shower, double sink, hidden drain, walk-in shower, two-way fireplace. Brad, smart toilet, towel warmer, waterproof TV, dual shower, and a touchless faucet. I think the waterproof TV is my favorite of them all.
Sure, waterproof TV.
I don't think.
I mean, you could waterproof anything
that in
really.
The shower, yeah.
I guess you could put waterproof computer, waterproof speakers, waterproof coat rack.
What are you doing in the shower that the water's going everywhere, that it's hitting your TV across the bathroom?
Listen, I know we're going to do drafting room floor, and I know John's got a lot. I literally only had one other thing written down. I was like starting to get a little nervous there.
Did we take a lot off your list, or did you just have a small list?
I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had about 12, and everything was picked except for Bluetooth speakers, which is really awesome to have. And like growing up, I remember I got like Bluetooth speakers, and it was amazing to have in the bathroom. But when you're taking TVs and smart mirrors, you can't go Bluetooth speakers,
Yeah. Unless it was like built in or like surround sound in your bathroom. And now you got like the Alexa. We'll say Alexa, they'll do that again.
Alexa, subscribe to the Drafting Offers podcast.
Yeah. Now
that was all I had
right now
on the drafting room floor.
John,
Scott, what's on your floor? You want me first? No, you go ahead.
All right. I just had voice activated music, so that kind of hit there. When you get a niche, like a long niche, so you're putting all your, body wash in that in the way, nice. Or a little like pop out for a ledge that looks cool. Shower bench, Like sometimes you're in there, especially if you got a shower beer, you're a little tired, maybe just have a seat for a minute, get pelted by the water. Simple, but a fan timer. Like I don't want to be going back up to turn the switch off. So the fan.
I tried to I have one downstairs. I tried to put one into my bathroom. I couldn't get it to work. I don't know. I think I just screwed up the wiring, but I'll give it another shot one day.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing to have.
It's awesome. Steam shower apparently is good. I don't have one or have never used one, but it's bougie. And then just the water closet where like your bathroom's got its own little closet. It's in a lot of your hotel rooms, and you just keep that separate from the rest.
The throne room, little throne room with its own door. Yeah. I also had steam shower. I like a steam shower. A lot to do with showers, actually, because it's sort of like when you think luxury bath, right? So a lot of stuff has to do with shower. Mine was kind of generic. I had a shower, just like a multi-person shower, a shower that fits more than one person. So the big one, like a party shower. Yeah, party shower. That's what I had. And of course I had the steam shower as well, a skylight in the bathroom, or like a sun tunnel. Those are kind of neat. No, if you don't have windows, sorry, a sun tunnel.
A sun tunnel. I'm calling it that from now on. I know they're usually longer, but yeah.
But that's what it's called. Cool. That's the reason they call it a sun tunnel is because it's usually round and there's a cutaway in the ceiling, and then there's a sun, because it has to go through your attic. So it's literally a long tunnel, and then there's a cutaway at the bottom too. So that's how you get the sun down there. Whereas a skylight is usually if you have a vaulted ceiling, it's just kind of right there.
Calling them all sun tunnels.
Sun tunnel. Whirlpool tub, like a jetted tub, whirlpool tub. Just a view, a big window with a nice view is kind of like a nice luxurious bathroom thing that I can, a Dyson hairdryer, one of the $500 hairdryer, Dyson hairdryer. I think if you've got one of those, you can kind of call yourself a little bourgeois. The old school heat lamp from the 70s hotels where you crank it on, the red light on top of you there. Yeah. The big red one. Marble everything, just marble stuff, and couch places to sit, like a little couch or a chair. Just a little chaise lounge place to sit while you're.
That is certainly bougie.
Well, there's a good amount of size. If you're able to just spare space, throw a couch in there. That's a big bathroom.
That's bougie. Or a little round one right in the center, right in the middle of the bathroom.
I had to make this list when I was starting to think of it. I had to think back to like, okay, when we go on golf trips, that's the only time I'm in a bougie bathroom. So I'm like, okay, so these Airbnbs that we've went on, that's the only time that I'm in them. And I had to like get all the ideas I had to try to pull from those. When I was trying to think of them, I'm like, oh, what kind of Airbnb have I been to that has this kind of stuff? Because this isn't just at our regular houses usually.
That was a fun one. Our first one of 2024 is in the books, and we'll see you again for another riveting episode of the Drafting Offers podcast. Gentlemen, it's been a slice. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers. You've been listening to the Drafting Offers podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Drafting Offers podcast and vote for this week's draft champ. That's also how you can get directly in touch with us if you have any questions about this week's show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and catch every episode on Spotify. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we can't wait for you to join us again for another episode of the Drafting Offers podcast.